Hey there. If you've recently received a letter from the IRS with Letter 12C on it, you might be feeling a little anxious right now. I get it. Any mail from the IRS can make your heart skip a beat. But here's the good news. Take a deep breath, because Letter 12C is not what you might think it is. It's not an audit notice. It's not a bill. And it's definitely not the IRS saying you did something wrong. So what is it? Let's break it down together. IRS Letter 12C has an official title: Individual Return Incomplete for Processing. Think of it as the IRS hitting the pause button on your tax return. They're basically saying, hey, we need a little more information before we can finish processing your return. According to the IRS's own website, they send this letter when your return is missing required forms or schedules, when they need to verify income or withholding amounts, or when they need documentation to reconcile something called the premium tax credit, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Think of your tax return like a puzzle. If a piece is missing, the IRS can't see the complete picture. Letter 12C is them asking you to send that missing piece. Now, you might be wondering, why does the IRS have the authority to ask me for more information? Great question. Let me explain the legal side of this, but don't worry, I'll keep it simple. There's a law called Internal Revenue Code Section 6011. It says that when you file a tax return, you have to include all the information required by the forms and regulations. It's not optional, it's the law. And there's another set of rules called Treasury Regulations, specifically Section 1.60111, that says your return has to be carefully prepared with all the required information. If it's not complete, the IRS won't accept it as meeting the requirements. So Letter 12C is simply the IRS way of making sure your return meets these legal requirements. It's actually part of their job to ensure accuracy and fairness in the tax system. Alright, let's talk about one of the most common reasons people receive Letter 12C, the Premium Tax Credit, or PTC for short. If you bought health insurance through the health insurance marketplace, you know, through healthcare.gov or your state's exchange, you might have received help paying your premiums. That help is called the Premium Tax Credit. Here's the thing. When you signed up for insurance, the government might have paid some of your premiums in advance based on what they estimated your income would be. But at tax time, you have to reconcile those advance payments with what you actually earned. To do this, you need to file two forms: Form 8962, which is the Premium Tax Credit form, and you need information from Form 1095A, which is the statement you get from the health insurance marketplace. If you forgot to include Form 8962 with your tax return, the IRS can't process it. And that's when you get Letter 12C. This isn't just an IRS preference, it's actually required by law under Internal Revenue Code Section 36B and Treasury Regulation 1.36B4. If you received advance payments, you must reconcile them. It's mandatory. Now, the Premium Tax Credit isn't the only reason you might get Letter 12C. Here are a few other common situations. You might be missing a schedule for another credit or deduction you claimed. There might be a discrepancy between the income you reported and what your employer reported to the IRS. You might be missing documentation for withholding amounts. The IRS gets copies of your W-2s, 1099s, and other income documents. If something doesn't match up, they'll send Letter 12C to get clarification. Okay, so you've got Letter 12C in your hands. What do you do? Let me walk you through the response process step by step. Step 1. Read the letter carefully. Don't just skim it, read every word. The letter will tell you exactly what information they need and give you a deadline. That deadline is typically 20 days from the date on the letter. Step 2. Gather your documents. Collect everything the IRS is asking for. If it's about the premium tax credit, you'll need your completed Form 8962 and your Form 1095A. Step 3. Respond by the deadline. This is crucial. The Taxpayer Advocate Service, which is like the IRS internal watchdog for taxpayer rights, warns that if you don't respond, the IRS might adjust your return. That could mean a smaller refund or a bigger tax bill. Step 4. Submit your response. The letter will tell you how to send your information, usually by mail or fax. Make sure you include a copy of Letter 12C with your response so they know what you're responding to. And here's something really important. Do not file an amended return. That's Form 1040X, unless the IRS specifically tells you to. The information you send will be used to process your original return. Filing an amended return will just slow things down. So you've sent your response. Now what? The IRS will review the information you sent and continue processing your return. If you're due a refund, you can typically expect to receive it within 6 to 8 weeks after they get your response. If you haven't heard anything after 8 weeks, don't hesitate to follow up. Call the IRS to make sure they received your documents. They're a huge agency, and sometimes things can fall through the cracks. Look, I know any letter from the IRS can be stressful. But Letter 12C is really just a routine administrative request. It's the IRS doing their job to make sure tax returns are accurate and complete. By understanding what the letter is asking for, gathering your documents, and responding promptly, you can get this resolved quickly and get back to your life. Remember, Letter 12C is not an audit. It's a request for missing information. You typically have 20 days to respond. Don't file an amended return unless instructed. Follow up if you don't hear back in 6-8 weeks. You've got this. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, there's no shame in reaching out to a tax professional for help. That's what they're there for. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tax tips and guidance. Click the link in the description to sign up for the free video, The Ultimate Guide to Solving Your IRS Tax Problems. Learn all about how to fix your IRS issues and put them behind you for good. Thanks for watching.